Joyo, Tanalo me a show. Made them at the night. I'm telling you, to our meditation. I'm happy to show up.
Okay, generally, I go in a sugar and laugh you.
Go so our land if you build it.
The cola hala. Dame, leave you money.
Yes, Tanalo me are a Mima. Put your trouble. Made us
Sutema, Kamashiro, and May mother. Never told up by when she.
as a man do you Tata Judah.
Armin stared at the laptop screen, unable to breathe. The grainy footage continued playing. A figure entered Lily Few's house shortly before her death. The person wore a hood and kept their face hidden from the security camera. For years, nobody had known who this visitor was. But near the end of the video, the person briefly turned toward the camera. Just enough. Armin's face turned pale. No, this can't be true. He replayed the clip again and again. The answer remained the same. The person in the footage was someone connected to all of them. Someone nobody had ever suspected. Meanwhile, at the police station, investigators intensified their work after discovering the money transfer connected to Armin. The lead detective reviewed dozens of financial records. What was the reason for this payment? No explanation was attached, another officer replied. The detective frowned. Nobody sends that amount of money without a reason. At the same time, rumors began spreading across the city. News outlets reported that Lily Few's case had entered a dramatic new phase. Social media users started creating theories. Every name connected to the case was being discussed publicly. Nan, I, Armin, May, even Konyan. Nobody was safe anymore. Elsewhere, Nan returned home emotionally exhausted. She walked into her bedroom and looked at the wedding photograph hanging on the wall. Years of memories flashed through her mind. The dreams she once had, the family she fought to protect, the trust she had given so freely. Now everything felt broken. Her husband entered the room quietly. Neither spoke at first. Finally, he said, "Nan." She immediately interrupted him. "Don't." Her voice was calm but cold. "I don't want another explanation. Please listen." I listened for years. The silence that followed was painful. For the first time, he could see that Nan was no longer angry. She was hurt, and that was far worse, because anger could heal, but disappointment often could not. Across town, I sat alone after the police left. The revelation about Armin's bank transfer refused to leave her mind. She trusted Armin. She believed he cared for her. But why had he secretly sent money to Lily Few? Nothing made sense. Suddenly, her phone rang. It was Armin. She answered immediately. "Where are you?" We need to talk." "What happened?" There was panic in his voice. "Someone is trying to frame me." I stood up. "What do you mean?" "I found something." "What?" Armin hesitated, then answered. "Proof." I froze. "Proof of what?" "The truth behind Lily's death." Before he could say more, the call suddenly disconnected. I immediately tried calling back. No answer. Again, nothing. Fear began growing inside her. At the same moment, Armin realized he was no longer alone in the parking garage. A shadow moved behind him. He quickly turned around. Nobody, but he knew someone had been there. Someone had followed him. He grabbed the flash drive and rushed towards his car. Then he noticed something terrifying. All 4 tires had been slashed. His escape route was gone. A chill ran through his body. Someone knew about the video. Someone wanted to stop him. Elsewhere, May secretly met a mysterious man in an abandoned restaurant. The man placed an envelope on the table. "What is this?" "Insurance." May opened it. Inside were photographs. Her hands immediately began shaking. The photos showed meetings she thought nobody had witnessed, conversations she believed were secret. The man leaned forward. "If the police see those, your life is over." May looked terrified. "What do you want?" "The same thing everyone wants." "The truth?" The man smiled. "No." He paused. "Control." Back at the police station, the lead detective finally received a forensic update. The fingerprint recovered from Lily Few's glass had produced a partial match. Not enough for an arrest, but enough to narrow the list of suspects. The detective studied the report. Then his eyes widened. "This changes everything." "What is it?" another officer asked. The detective slowly lowered the document. "The fingerprint belongs to a member of the family." The room fell silent. "A family member?" The detective nodded. "Someone much closer than we imagined." That same night, Nan received an unexpected visitor. When she opened the door, she was shocked. It was Simone, the woman who had suddenly returned with information about Lily. "I need to tell you something before it's too late." Nan immediately led her inside. "What is it?" Simone looked around nervously, then lowered her voice. "Lily left something behind before she died." Nan's heart began racing. "What?" "A recording." Nan froze. "A recording?" Sumo nodded. Lily knew she was in danger. What does the recording say? Sumo took a deep breath. It names the person she feared most. Nan's eyes widened. Oh, before Sumo could answer, a loud crash shattered the window. Glass exploded across the room. Both women screamed. A masked figure had thrown something inside. A warning. Attached to the object was a note. Nan picked it up with trembling hands. The message contained only 6 words. Stop digging or you're next. Cliffhanger. Far away, Armin finally managed to open the hidden files stored on the flash drive. Another video appeared. This one was clearer. Much clearer. The footage showed Lily Few arguing violently with someone just hours before her death. For the first time, the person's face was visible. Armin's eyes widened in horror, because the person standing in front of Lily Few was Nan's husband. And the video ended with Lily saying one chilling sentence. If anything happens to me, everyone will know what you did.